Oh wow. Oh wow. Look at this. Level 18. I have done so much grinding off screen. Yeah. Oh, this is so awesome. Alright, I want to point out something real quick though. See these things down here? I believe the big green guys drop these things. They're called charms. There are three kinds in the game. There are freeze charms, ice charms, and these ones, poison charms. Basically, what they'll do is they'll reduce the stats of they reduce the effect of stats hits. For example, poison won't do as much to me. And honestly, take a look at how much damage these guys do. Watch this. Look, fire spurts out of his sword on every shot now. Same thing with those stone whip. I mean, honestly, look at this. Every single attack, stones come out of his weapon. Like, that is just so awesome. In fact, I am so overleveled that I feel cocky enough to fight the boss. With all my characters on. However, I will be a little bit more statistic, because we have melee characters. So, my strategy for this boss, for Hill Country 1's boss, is I have all my characters just go in and do what they usually do, but I have one character, the gladiator in this case, go out of his way to distract the other characters from shooting at them. For example, if I didn't have the gladiator over here, the big guy would start shooting these guys and do a lot of damage. And while I can move the gladiator out of the way pretty quickly, and I'd rather have to move one character as opposed to all four of them at once, so that's kind of helpful. Okay, because I have long-range characters in my parties, I won't be needing these charms. If you have only melee characters in your party, I recommend you hold on to them, because there's a level later on which is extremely difficult unless you have charms like that. Even then, many levels are pretty hard without them. Ooh, so which level should I go to now? You know, I went to Grassland 3, but I never beat it, so you know, I think I'm going to do that this time. I'm going to beat Grassland 3. I'm going to skip some of this until we get to a new enemy, because there is a new enemy in this area. It's this thing. These things, they're basically more powerful versions of the smaller green dragon characters, except they're red and their projectiles are bigger, they have a bit more health, and they do a lot more damage. And he's about to start attacking us. I like these guys' attack pattern. They like fly over you and do this like dive bomb type thing. They're like pew pew pew, shooting bullets down at you. The boss is even worse. The boss is basically like a giant orange version of one of those. Except then you shoot in all directions instead of just straight down. That's kind of cool. This is a cool area right here, because every single monster here is dragons. For some odd reason, I really like these areas in which it's only consistent of like one or two enemies. Like if I had all long range characters, this screen right here, 3-7, could be a pretty good grinding spot. So I'm just gonna skip most of these here, and here's the boss. As before, a giant orange version of the red ones. So yeah, he's basically got the exact same attack pattern, fly over us and dive bomb and throw bombs at us. So I've been saying dive bomb. Yeah, however, that boss really doesn't have much hit points as compared to the other ones. So he's really not that big of a problem. Of course, all the enemies need to be killed before we can move on. Let's kill this last hopper thing. And now let's move on. Great. Okay, so heal up real quick, and now we're going to go into an area which probably has one of my favorite types of enemies in the game. Trees. Trees are pretty cool. They're completely immobile, but they shoot a lot of projectiles, or they have a tendency to want to shoot a lot of projectiles at you, so it can be quite problematic. Yeah, these are the first ones you come across. Basically what they do is they shoot 2 bullets at you that do a fair amount of damage at a time. Not really anything to worry about though. So yeah, I am shredding through these enemies. Like I am so leveled. Level 18, that is insane. The boss here is kinda interesting too. And look, more hoppers. You're basically going to be seeing these all over the level, all over the game. These are so common. The hoppers and the bats are probably the 2 most common enemies. Yeah, I forgot what these guys drop, but at the rate of which I'm killing them, I'm pretty sure that's not going to be a mystery for pretty long. So, cut. Yes, and there we go. For the trees, I recommend you use fire, magic, and fire attacks. Because fire, it stays on the ground temporarily. I believe I've already explained this, but because it's on the ground temporarily, it stays on the ground, and so do these things, so it does a bit more damage than it would to like a normal walking or running enemy. Or jumping enemy in this case. Honestly, the gladiator with a fire sword or a fire weapon is pretty perfect for this area, because he can attack the enemies around here. He can attack these guys no problem, and his flames will damage a tree. So, let's see, if you want to go through this area pretty quickly, I recommend you have a gladiator with a fire weapon equipped. However, because he's a melee character, it does take a bit more damage pretty often. Yeah, these guys aren't even I forgot what these guys' attacks were. Like, what are they? There are so many sprites on screen because of these two, because of the Gladiator and the Whipper, that I can't even see what their normal attack is. It's just sad. Oh, man, this game is awesome. Oh, Poison Glove. Yes, this is another weapon for the Boxer. I really don't like using the Boxer. Like, I just don't like the Boxer for some reason. I've never enjoyed playing as the Boxer. Oh, and here's your classic upgrade version of a normal enemy. This guy is just like these things. The same hit points, same size, everything, except they'll shoot fire at you. And I believe they actually drop a fire item once you kill them. I forgot who it was for though, but I'm pretty certain that it's a fire. Oh, I remember. It's the fire arrow, I believe. I believe it's the fire arrow, fire bow, whatever you want to call it, for the sniper. And I really should have picked the sniper. I keep talking about him. The sniper is just awesome. Okay, this could be a bit problematic right here. A whole bunch of these, one or two of these orange trees really isn't that bad, but when they start to really span them like this, then it can be a lot. Then it can be really troubling. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip this area because I want you guys to see the boss. Besides, it's only like this boss here. It's kind of unique in the sense that I'll only fight it if it's in a certain position. Like this seems like they're far enough away. I have a strategy for this boss, and I bring all my my characters except for like one, preferably the one with the fire weapon, like the magician one. Magician will take care of this one, and then I'll just have these guys chill over there on the other side. Like whenever I go over here, they can't hurt me unless their shots are lucky enough to aim that far, which most of the time they aren't. Yeah, so it's obvious to see by now, but these red trees, these giant red trees, are the boss, and they'll just shoot a whole bunch of shots at you. They're like the green trees with bullet card. Yes, bullet card. I'll explain the cards later. They're pretty awesome. Oh man, if I had the weapon I've been talking about for quite a while for Magician, this could be over really quickly. There's the fire bow I was talking about. It's called fire bow, fire what? Fire arrow! I was close. They're both related to bows. Come on, grab the Magician. There we go. Grab the Magician. That's something I don't expect to say every day. Grab the Magician. Unless you're playing Stick Ranger. Yes, how should I take care of these guys? Yeah, I'm gonna take the whip over here so we can demolish these, jumpers real quick. Because, well, the jumpers, they're kind of hard to take out with the magician. Especially, one who has the fire equipped. And look how much health the, whipper has left. He has no health now. I like how he dies just as I mentions it. Here's the next weapon for the magician. The Thunder. This is a pretty awesome weapon, and I don't think I've ever gotten naturally before. I usually buy it. It has an extremely low drop rate. So I'm gonna have to equip that after this battle, because well, for this boss and the next boss, and actually several bosses after that, I prefer to use the fire weapons. So I will promise you will see me use the Thunder. I'm going to keep it down here because there are a few enemies that I will prefer using them against, like the flying enemies. Whenever I see a flying enemy, I'm going to equip the Thunder because it's a much better weapon for taking that out. Yeah, so this boss, it can kind of take a while, but it's kind of easy if you keep doing this right here. When you got like 2 of them left like this, you can keep leaving your magician back and forth, and it's actually kind of easy. Shit, when there's only 1 left. Your friends are dead. What are you gonna do now? Oh, this is so fun. Yes, you are useless. Okay, let's move on now. Okay, Grassland 6. I'm gonna heal up first, and then I'm gonna go there. Grassland 6, I consider it kind of like a rehash of Grassland 5, in the sense that, well, the primary enemy there are trees. Again, I should turn these guys' auto move to on. So there we go. Yes, and also here's a new head, a new type of head for enemies with fairy. Despite this doesn't really look like a fairy, that's actually what it's called. And this enemy can be kind of problematic. He shoots a 3-way shot at you. And this is just a normal enemy. We'll see worse ones later on. And honestly, we're still pretty early in the game. And these brown trees here, they're basically the exact same as the green trees, except they shoot less bullets, but they do more damage, which is kind of problematic. Yeah, so, see how good fire is for taking on these, these tree enemies. Now I'm gonna equip the thunder real quick to show you what that looks like. Honestly, all 3 shots, and they're all semi-homing, which is pretty cool. However, whenever I fight trees, I use fire weapons. So as well, just like in real life, fire burns a tree down. Oh, and here are the ones that are worse. They shoot fire instead of a 3-way shot. Yes, now we are fighting fire with fire. And there's so much fire on screen. I'm surprised the grass hasn't caught on fire. I mean, honestly, look at this. Like a perfectly made grass here. There's no way grass could do that in real life. First thing against video games, who cares about realism? And yep, Gladiator's dead. Yeah, Gladiator is probably gonna... Either Gladiator or Whipper is probably gonna die the most during this run, because, well, they're melee characters, and they tend to die a lot more often. So, you know what, here's, wait, no, quit that. Yeah, I'm gonna finish off this screen here, and then we're gonna call it that for an episode. Because I think I've made quite a bit of progress this one. I completed a level, and actually how many levels did I complete? I completed a few levels this time around, which is pretty good. And get in there. Oh, actually, wait, no, you're low on health. Don't go in there. Yeah, if they're low on health, their auto move will automatically be turned off, even though even though it says it's on. Like, they just won't move. They're too low on health. Yeah, so that's pretty. We made quite a bit of progress for one episode. So, you know, next time I'll finish Grassland 6, and I will see you guys later. Bye.